Hey, another wonderful flattering angle, but never mind. So it's number 3, and I'm out at the Tamahiri Tree Reserve. Okay, I'm going to apologise again for all the noisy traffic. Really didn't think it would be this busy. I think it's because school holidays are starting, maybe. It's not actually a main road, so it's particularly noisy. But anyway, we've been in chapter 17. We're going to move over to chapter 18. Although the rest of chapter 17 is really lovely. We just covered verse 21. And you can link, actually I should have mentioned, you can link that up with chapter 26 verse 19. So if you're following these in a sequence, chapter 17 verse 21 can link quite nicely with chapter 26 verse 19. Anyway, forgot to mention that. So there's just wonderful things that the children and the angels came down, and the multitude beard record, and it's all beautiful and wonderful, and I could just imagine, and I would have been sobbing at the time as well. So over in 18, he institutes like the sacrament, gives them sacrament. In verse 9, I like it how it says that they were filled. They were like filled. They were full of not just excuse me. They were full of like goodness and grace and happy and joy because it had the sacrament. So, you know, when you get to have the sacrament, do you feel like that? Not always, but often. I gotta say, not always, but often. I think that's pretty good. I think if Jesus was giving me the sacrament, I definitely would. But there you go. So, tells them why, explains it to it. Oh, sorry, it's really sunny and it's too bright. Hey. Okay. I like verse 12. Because he said, "Blessed are you, for you build upon my rock," and I've always loved that build upon my rock thing. So that's just me. It talks about over in 18 to pray always, and then you get, because you know this is very similar to Matthew. So you pray always, meet together oft, and it talks about how to minister again. We're talking about ministering again. So yeah, like meet with them, pray for them, don't cast them out, hold up your light, and we're going to do verse 25. Because I really like this one where, you know, it really illustrates that the gospel is for everybody. And if you're ever thinking that it's not for you, you can read verse 25 of chapter 18. It says, "And ye see that I have commanded that none of you should go away, but rather have commanded that ye should come unto me, that ye might feel and see. Even so shall ye do unto the world. And whosoever breaketh this commandment suffereth himself to be led into temptation." So once again, we have that whole, Jesus never leaves you, you leave him. His hand's always reaching out, all you've got to do is reach back. It's not you making that first move, he's already made it, it's just you accepting it. However you want to look at it, but I think that a lot of people feel that they're not welcome at church, that they feel, oh, you know, okay, maybe the people there aren't so happy, so go to a different ward, or just go anyway. I mean, I go anyway. There's plenty of people in my ward that don't like me. I just go anyway. They don't have to be my best friends. I'm not going for them. I'm going for me. Plenty of people are my friends, so it's okay. Not everyone has to love you and gather around you and tell you how wonderful you are. That's okay. Yeah, I know it gets hard sometimes. I've been quite hated on at church. When I was a youth, I'd go to church and then maybe 3 or 4 people even talk to me. That was hard. But I wasn't going for them. I was going for me. And that's why you should go. Not that you shouldn't be, you know, grumpy and obstropolous and push people away. Be open to making friends and be kind. And if people aren't going to like you, then too bad. I was just thinking, actually, you know, lately there's a lot of people talking about LGBTQ+, and, you know, they're welcome as well. I got to say that. I really do. I want to point that out. It doesn't matter where you've come from or how you're deciding to live your life. That's your decision. I might not agree with it, but that's your decision. And you're still welcome at church. And I will sit next to you at church. I will quite happily share my hymn book with you. I would love to see you there. And I have no judgments on you because I'm certainly not perfect. And I don't judge you for anything that you decide to live, however you want to live. That is totally your life and your way you want to be, and the way that you're born, or however you want to describe that. I'm not trying to be contentious there. I'm just trying to word it the best way I can, because I don't really know how to put it I mean, I know I am the way I was born, and I'm bipolar, and I'm nutty, and I'm high-functioning Asperger's, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff wrong with me. But, you know, I'm just me. I just go about being me. The me that you see here recording, this is just me. I don't put this on. I'm just weird and nutty and crazy and silly all the time. Or depressed and sad, whatever. This is just me. For my friends that are watching, you guys know this. So, you know, church is for everybody. Coming unto Christ is for everyone. There's no, you can't, or you're not worthy, or you don't look right, or you're not wearing the right clothes, or I'm sorry, you're holding your girlfriend's hand and you're a female. So what? You're welcome at church anyway. Come to church. Come be there with us. I'd rather you be there with us than not be with us. I'd rather be your friend and have you there than not. That's me. That's my little rant. Okay. Church is for everyone. Alright. But the small, simple acts of daily worship fortify us in our homes. And that's what's really important. It gives us strength. If we do not survive spiritually, we will eventually fail physically too. So spiritually, we need to look after ourselves, or we can do all the physical preparation in the world, and our spirits are just going to not do so well. President Nelson said, in coming days, it will not be possible to survive spiritually without the guiding, directing, comforting, and constant influence of the Holy Ghost. And that was in April 2018, and I don't really think he knew what was coming. But he's absolutely spot on. Like that cattle truck was with the noise. But he is absolutely spot on. It will not be possible to survive spiritually without that Holy Ghost. And we need that. So channel that and welcome people to church. And if you can't meet at church right now, just welcome people to whatever you have got going on. And church is for everyone. It says so in the scriptures. End of story, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, that's my little rant. I'm going to change positions again, so do number 4. That was number 3. Okay, hope it didn't get you upset. Wasn't trying to be contentious, just pointing it out. Okay, see you in a bit.